Or have you ever wondered what the difference between farmed seafood and wild-caught seafood is? This is a question many of us ponder, especially when we're tasked with making food choices that impact not only our palates but our health and even the environment. Today we're going to delve into this intriguing seafood conundrum, examining the contrast that exist between seafood reared in controlled environments and those caught in the natural wild. Our exploration will cover four main points: the taste, nutrition, environmental impact, and cost associated with each type of seafood. We'll be dissecting the unique flavors each method brings to your plate, scrutinizing the nutritional implications, evaluating the environmental consequences, and finally assessing the financial considerations that might affect your pocket. This journey promises to be enlightening, raising awareness about the seafood we consume and the choices we make. So, buckle up, seafood lovers, as we dive deep into this captivating topic. Stay tuned to discover the differences that might change your dining choices. Let's dive straight into the first difference, and that's taste. Exploring the world of seafood, you'll quickly come to realize that the taste between farmed and wild-caught seafood can be quite distinctive. It's a sensory journey that takes you from the ocean's depths to the tranquility of aquaculture ponds, and it's all reflected in the taste on your plate. The diet of the sea creatures plays a significant role in dictating the flavor profile. Farmed seafood is generally fed a controlled diet that can include grains, soy, and other seafood. This results in a more consistent, often milder flavor compared to their wild counterparts. On the other hand, wild-caught seafood feeds on a diverse range of food found in their natural habitat. This diet contributes to a richer, more complex flavor, often described as the true taste of the sea. Living conditions also have an impact. Farmed fish live in a more controlled environment, which can lead to less muscular development and a softer texture. Wild-caught seafood, constantly on the move in the vast ocean, develop a firmer texture and often a more defined taste. Let's not forget the species factor. The taste can vary greatly depending on the type of seafood. For instance, a wild-caught salmon might have a stronger, more distinct flavor than a farmed one, while a farmed shrimp might have a sweeter taste than its wild counterpart. But taste, as we all know, is a very personal and subjective thing. Some people prefer the milder, more predictable taste of farmed seafood, appreciating its consistency and how it can be a blank canvas for a variety of culinary creations. Others, however, may relish the robust and unique flavors of wild-caught seafood, appreciating the taste of the sea that it brings. It's also worth noting that the method of cooking and the accompanying ingredients can greatly influence the final taste of the dish, regardless of whether the seafood is farmed or wild-caught. So when it comes to taste, it can be quite subjective and depends largely on personal preferences. Next up, we explore the nutritional differences between farmed and wild-caught seafood. When it comes to the nutritional content of seafood, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. The type of seafood, how it's raised or caught, even the diet of the fish can all play a role in its nutritional value. Let's talk omega-3 fatty acids first. They're the rock stars of the seafood world, known for their heart-healthy benefits. Wild-caught fish, especially fatty fish like salmon, tend to have higher levels of these beneficial fatty acids. This is largely because their diets in the wild are rich in organisms that contribute to the production of omega-3s. Farmed fish, on the other hand, are often fed a controlled diet that might not provide the same level of omega-3s. Now, onto protein. Protein content tends to be quite comparable between farmed and wild-caught fish. This means whether your fish has been reeled in from the depths of the ocean or harvested from a well-managed farm, it's still a great source of high-quality protein. And let's not forget about minerals. Seafood is a treasure trove of essential minerals like zinc, iodine, and selenium. While the mineral content can vary, generally both farmed and wild-caught fish can offer a good supply of these nutrients. However, some studies suggest that wild fish may contain slightly higher levels of certain minerals due to their diverse diets in the wild. But here's the catch. The nutritional profile can also be influenced by the species of the fish and the farming practices in place. For example, farmed salmon fed a diet rich in marine ingredients can have omega-3 levels similar to their wild counterparts. So, in the grand scheme of things, both farmed and wild-caught seafood can serve as nutritious additions to your diet, Each has its own set of nutritional benefits and slight differences which can be influenced by a multitude of factors. While both types offer nutritional benefits, there can be slight variations depending on the species and farming practices. Now, let's delve into the environmental impact of both farmed and wild-caught seafood. The environmental implications of sea life harvesting are as varied as the ocean's depths. Let's begin with wild-caught seafood. Overfishing is a pressing concern. Imagine a world where every single person decides to pick apples from the same tree all at once. The tree would be stripped bare in no time, right? That's precisely what's happening with overfishing. Certain species are being caught faster than they can reproduce, leading to a dramatic decline in their populations. This imbalance can cause a ripple effect, disrupting the entire marine ecosystem. On the flip side, there's farmed seafood, also known as aquaculture. While it might seem like the perfect solution to overfishing, it has its own set of environmental challenges. Picture large, densely packed pens of fish or shellfish. These farms often generate a significant amount of waste, including uneaten food, feces, and chemicals, which can pollute the surrounding waters. This pollution can lead to a decrease in water quality, affecting not just the farmed species, but also the surrounding aquatic life. Moreover, habitat destruction is another significant concern. To make space for these farms, natural habitats such as mangroves and wetlands are often destroyed. These ecosystems are invaluable, providing shelter to a plethora of species and acting as a buffer against coastal erosion and natural disasters. In addition, farmed species can sometimes escape into the wild, leading to competition with native species for resources and potentially spreading diseases. So, you see, both methods have their environmental challenges. It's about weighing the pros and cons and making informed decisions. Perhaps it's about finding a balance, encouraging sustainable practices in both wild-caught and farmed seafood industries. So, the environmental impact is a significant factor to consider when choosing between farmed and wild-caught seafood. Lastly, let's talk about the cost of farmed versus wild-caught seafood. It's an important factor for many of us when we're selecting our next culinary adventure. So, why does the price tag on these two options differ so much? Well, there are a few reasons. Firstly, let's think about how wild-caught seafood is sourced. It's plucked from the ocean, lake, or river by professional fishermen. These individuals have to navigate the complexities of fishing regulations, which can limit where, when, and how much they can catch. This adds a layer of unpredictability and risk to the process, which in turn can drive up costs. Furthermore, the availability of wild-caught seafood can be highly seasonal. During certain times of the year, some species may simply not be available due to their natural life cycles. This scarcity can also contribute to a heftier price tag. Transportation is another significant factor. Wild-caught seafood often has to travel long distances from the catch site to your local market or restaurant. This journey can involve multiple modes of transportation, each with its own costs and the need for proper storage and handling to maintain quality and freshness. On the other hand, farmed seafood, also known as aquaculture, typically involves a more controlled and predictable process. The seafood is raised in specific conditions, allowing for more consistent supply and easier planning. This predictability can lead to cost savings, making farmed seafood generally more affordable. But it's important to remember that cost isn't everything. While farmed seafood may come with a smaller price tag, wild-caught seafood brings a certain allure. The taste of the wild, the knowledge that the seafood has led a natural life in the open waters, it's a premium experience that many seafood lovers are willing to pay a bit more for. So while farmed seafood may be more affordable, wild-caught seafood offers a unique premium experience. To wrap up, both farmed and wild-caught seafood have their own advantages and disadvantages. The taste, nutrition, environmental impact, and cost. All these factors come into play when making our seafood choices. Wild-caught seafood, revered for its natural flavors, offers a variety of nutrients. However, it does have a higher environmental footprint and generally comes with a higher price tag. On the other hand, farmed seafood, while less expensive and more sustainable, may not offer the same depth of flavor or nutritional value. It's a complex choice, isn't it? However, the key lies in balance and mindful consumption. It's essential to weigh the pros and cons and make informed choices that align with our health goals and the health of our planet. Remember, your choices can have an impact, not just on your health, but also on the environment. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment below.